What's going on, people of Earth? We're getting ready to do another recipe. It's not really a recipe, it's just a comfort food, I would call it. You know, sometimes you come home from work, you don't really want just regular food, you just kind of want breakfast. Well, that's what kind of day I had today, and I'm just gonna go through an omelet that I've made before. It's real easy to make, real simple. It only takes a little while. Alrighty, these are going to be the ingredients I'm going to use. I'm going to use 2 jumbo eggs. I'm going to use about maybe a half a cup of these egg stirs, and you could actually use about 4 eggs if you wanted to, but if you wanted it to be lower calorie, I usually use that to make the eggs look like they're more. I'm going to use some some avocado oil. I mean, you could use coconut oil, you could use bacon grease if you wanted to. This is a blendabella. It's a mixture of portobello mushrooms, vegetables, and herbs, and it's called coconut Thai. That's just something I found in the store when I was there the other day. I'm going to use a whole onion. That's a small or medium-sized onion. I'm going to use about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. I'm going to use some pitted Kalamata olives. I'm going to use some marinated mushrooms. These marinated mushrooms really make it stand out. And I'm going to use about 1/4 of a tomato. Alrighty, we got everything chopped up, and I left out one ingredient. You can't have an omelet without any cheese, and that's just a combination of Monterey cheddar and Colby Jack cheddar. So I chopped everything up. We're going to put the onions in first, and all the rest of this stuff can go in at the same time. You really don't want to overcook these tomatoes because you don't want to make your omelet real watery. So we're going to add a little bit of oil to our pan, and we're going to saute our onions, and that is a Vidalia onion. You can use any kind, and that's about, as far as garlic, I love garlic. There's probably about 5 to 10 cloves of garlic right there, just kind of rough chopped. There are about 2 heaping tablespoons of the marinated mushrooms, the Kalamata olives, and our Thai seasoning right there. And the Thai seasoning is super spicy, so it has a little bit of kick to it. All right, we're going to add our onions and garlic in there, and we're just going to cook those until they're nice and glistening. Alrighty, after they're nice and translucent like that, we can add in our other ingredients. And again, you just want to warm these up right here, guys. And it looks like a lot, but it's not. We're just going to warm this up, and we'll put our tomato in last. And again, I do my omelets a little bit different. Sometimes I do them with everything cooked into them. And then sometimes I actually add the vegetables to the mixture after I let the eggs set. So again, you just want to heat that up a little bit. You want to add our tomatoes. Yeah, we don't want the tomatoes in there long at all. Just shortly. And again, I've got my heat on medium. We don't want all the juices to start coming out of the tomatoes. So, alrighty, now I've got my these are jumbo eggs, 2 jumbo eggs and about 1/2 cup of these egg stirs, and I've added a little bit of salt and pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And we're just gonna beat the eggs here. We've got our pan over there warming up, still on medium heat. Of course, we've transferred the vegetables out of the plate here, so you don't see a bunch of juice in there. So we're gonna get our eggs right, and we're gonna pour them in the pan. Alrighty, let's add our eggs, and we're just gonna let those eggs set. You know, eggs, they'll cook themselves. I just don't want it to burn a whole lot. Sometimes I'll even lower my heat somewhat. So we're gonna let that set. I'll move the pan around. This is one of those pretty neat non-stick steel pans, and it works real well. And what I'll do to speed up the process, I'll put a lid on it. Again, you may want to turn your heat down just a little bit. Now to help this cook along, I'll kind of lift the edges up like this. Just slide some of it around. We want all of it to cook here. And we're going to put our lid back up there for a little while. All right, so we let it set here, and now it looks good. And we want to flip this. Now this may be a mess up, and it was kind of a mess up, but we can fix that. We can fix that here. We don't want this to be messed up, and I knew that was going to happen, so we're going to flip it back. Do it this way. All right, let's try that again. There we go. We don't want that to come out. We want all the goodness here. And you guys will make a mistake like that too at home. Now we're gonna add our cheese to it. At least it didn't come flying out of the pan. Add our cheese to it. We're gonna add our vegetable, and this is gonna be a big ass omelet now, y'all. But it's gonna be a big, good ass omelet. Okay. And this is nothing but pure deliciousness right here. Now we're gonna slide it over into the plate. All right, another true test is getting it over into the plate. And what I do is I do it like this, and then I just kind of flip it. So, I mean, it looks good for a homemade omelet. It's a big butt omelet. And really, guys, it looks huge, but it's mostly vegetables, healthy vegetables that you put in there. The whole thing is probably 300 calories, maybe 400 calories, not many. So it's a real simple thing to eat. Good breakfast food. And you can always have you a big chunk of smoked sausage to go along with it. Breakfast for dinner. That's what I'm talking about.